Here.
Weinreis,
Here.
Bragg,
Here.
Harvey.
Here.
Mayor Robish.
Present. Please join me with the pledge.
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, thank you. Moving on to the approval of the agenda, I would like to add 8.4. It's a FEMA grant. And 10.1 will have an executive session under contractual matter 1-25-2, parent 4. Anybody else have anything to add?
Move to approve as amended.
Second.
A roll call vote?
Smith,
Aye.
Weinreis,
Weinreis?
Aye.
Very good.
Bragg,
Aye.
Harvey.
Aye.
Mayor Robish.
Aye. Moving on to public forum. Public forum is limited to a maximum of 3 minutes per person. Please state your name and address for the record. Anyone here for public forum? If not, I would have one. I would like to invite the public and everyone that's listening or involved, but coming to Winterfest this Saturday morning at the Norby Hall on the State Fairgrounds. And that is from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. That's a family-oriented program that the city's putting on as far as, there'll be bouncing houses for the kids, there'll be, face painting, there will be canvas painting, there will be bingo, there will be chili cook-off, and, yours truly, Sean Harvey, is involved in that, so he wants all the votes, as many as possible, to come out and turn that on for you, Sean.
Yeah, thanks.
So anyway, that's Winterfest. Yeah. Winterfest this Saturday morning at 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Norby Exhibit Hall on the State Fairgrounds. All right, moving on to consent agenda. Matters appearing on the consent agenda are expected to be non-controversial and will be acted upon by the City Commission at one time, without discussion unless a member of the Commission requests an opportunity to address any given item. Items removed from the consent agenda will be discussed at the beginning of the formal items. Our consent agenda consists of 4.1 minutes of January 6, 2025, 4.2 fuel quotes for city departments, 4.3 a raffle by the Huron MS Society, 4.4 personnel item, hire Wanda Barthelman for the executive secretary position in the finance office effective January 21, 2025 at the grade 16 step A, and have her probationary period of 1,040 hour and a 4-year prior experience for vacation accrual. 4.5 payment of the bills.
Motion to approve. Second.
Roll call vote, please.
Smith,
Aye.
Weinreis. Weinreis,
Aye.
Bragg,
Aye.
Harvey.
Aye.
Mayor Robish.
Aye. Moving on to petitions and communications. 6.1, consider the plat approval filed by John and Carrie Dirksen. I'll turn this over to City Planner Barry Cranston.
Thank you, Mayor. On the whiteboard, as you can see, I've got an aerial photo with the parcel for the plat outlined in yellow. The plat was heard by, the actual legal address for the plat is Tract 1 Stony Run Park. Will be the new legal address for it. It's in the southwest quarter of the southeast quarter and the northwest quarter of the southeast quarter of Section 3.
Oh, sure,
So
thanks.
it's kind of in both, but, so anyway, yeah, the Joint Planning Commission heard this and unanimously approved it, and so we recommend approval.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All right. Okay, let's open it up for discussion. Anybody?
So everyone knows what this is. I hope this is the one that we're, have a signed purchase agreement.
Right, this is that's correct, Commissioner Bragg. This is the parcel that is accompanied by the purchase agreement for the Parks and Rec Department for the new recreational area.
Okay. Okay, roll call vote, please.
Smith,
Aye.
Weinrice,
Aye.
Bragg,
Aye.
Harvey,
Aye.
Mayor Robish.
Aye. Moving on to 6.2, consider plat approval filed by Danny Hofer. Again, Barry Cranston.
Thank you, Mayor. As you look on the board again, what I have done is I've outlined the parcels that are being platted in the fuchsia or light pink colors. There are 3 of them, 2 that are abutting Kansas Avenue. Those, in both cases, they will be sold to adjoining property owners. Let me walk over here. So this property will be sold and connected then to these 2 properties. And then they will become part of a larger parcel. Same with this parcel here in Kansas. This parcel will be sold to this adjoining property owner. And then also, there's a parcel up here in the northeast corner of this half of the development. This property, a variance was granted to allow for this property to be sized as it was because of it's a drainage way, and this connects all the way with the drainage way that goes all the way to the south. And then it goes out of the south of the development. So the planning commission heard this and had a few questions, but generally the consensus was to approve it. So they voted unanimously to approve the plat, and so we recommend approval.
Move to approve. Second.
Any further questions for the planner? Hearing none, I would like a roll call vote, please.
Smith,
Aye.
Weinrice,
Aye.
Bragg,
Aye.
Harvey,
Aye.
Mayor Robish.
Aye. Moving on to ordinances and resolutions. 7.1, first reading of the ordinance 2267-23-145 pertaining to yard requirements, and set the public hearing and second reading date for January 27th, 2025. City Planner Barry Cranston.
Thank you, Mayor. The main thrust of these ordinances are to clarify language between the primary structures and accessory structures. We had some ambiguous language that we had some problems with the height of the accessory structures compared to the primary structures. And in both the existing ordinance pieces, they called for buildings or structures without delineating between the primary structure or the dwelling and an accessory structure. So this clarified that language, and it'll make it easier to govern those circumstances as we go forward, because it'll be clearly specified which is what. The other thing it does is this, in the R2 area, there was an area where it was left out. We consider in the R2 residential district, fences or churches are not really considered a residential use, although they are allowed. But because it's a non-residential use, we wanted to protect the residential areas from sound and light wash. So we also included that minor change in there, is to require churches in those residential areas to put up fences.
Okay.
So the planning commission heard those, and they unanimously recommended approval.
Okay.
Motion to approve.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Would you like to second that?
Second.
All right. Any questions, discussion? Yes.
The question I would have, in all of our, or in much of our other language, when we're talking about a fence for light wash and whatnot, we specify it must be 6 feet.
Right.
You know, do you want to clarify that in this, or?
Generally, we have, it talks about fences being opaque in nature, and that's typically the default language in throughout our ordinances. So we just felt that would be fine and didn't need to be that specific. We can add it, it's not really an issue, we'll just add it for the second reading if you feel like that clarifies it even further.
I would just think then you don't have, you know,
Sure.
so, I mean, anything I can think of, the
Sure.
parties have always been really open to it, and there's never been anything contested, but I could see, you know, somebody saying, you know, if it says we have to put a fence, we'll put a fence, but we're gonna do a 2-foot fence, you know?
Right, we can say 6 foot, but our permitting system does allow for chain link fencing, but, when we're talking about light wash, the ordinance does specifically talk about opaque fencing.
So for that
So-
reason, should it say 6-foot opaque fencing then?
It can.
Or is that, I mean, I don't wanna,
I just want to
Tie your
interrupt
hands.
a second too. We might not want to consider this then the first reading if we're going to make change. Because you have to do we've already set the public hearing for the 27th.
Oh, sure,
We'd have to have
Yep.
another public hearing 10 days
10, because
again
of
with
the
any
10-day
change to
rule.
the first reading. So we can do that. I just wanted y'all to be aware of that.
It's a little different, yeah.
And there's a change to a first reading.
Right.
I mean, I'm not really stuck on it, I guess. I
Mhm.
just, if we're gonna make the change, I was thinking we would make the change as clear as possible.
Then, yeah, I have no problem with it, so if we wanna do that, we can just extend, we'll just re-advertise for the second hearing.
Yeah, I'll see too.
Well, I don't know, I mean, it's just one person's, it doesn't.
I agree with
Well,
what
no,
you're saying.
it's,
If you're gonna do it, it makes sense to put it all.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that
That
at
way
all.
we don't have to look in 2 or 3 different
Yep.
places to figure out what kind of fence
Don't have a
is
problem
allowed.
with that at all.
Yeah.
Let's do it so everybody's clear.
Yep.
Okay, so we'll move first reading to the 27th.
Mhm. Yep, that's fine.
So that is, sorry, did anybody else have anything?
That one, I agree with what Rich said there. I think that makes perfect sense, and I don't have anything else on this one.
Okay, so you're adding that to that, or it's already?
Yes,
in
it would be added where it talks about a fence, would then read a 6-foot opaque fence.
there? Okay, okay.
So, how do we handle that? Do we need to vote on that tonight if we're not considering that first?
No.
We're gonna add to it and then just rewrite it.
Yeah, you can vote to add to the correction language.
Yeah,
So we have Drew making the motion, you second.
I'll correct my motion
Okay.
to add the 6-foot.
okay.
And I'll second again.
Okay. Anything else from anybody? Okay, roll call vote.
Smith.
Aye.
Weinrice.
Aye.
Craig.
Aye.
Harvey.
Aye.
Mayor Robish.
Aye. All right, moving on to 7.2. First reading of ordinance number 2268-24-11 pertaining to lot standards.
Yes. This ordinance deals with in our subdivision ordinance. Typically, when we have subdivisions, or more recently, they've come in the form of cul-de-sacs. And our existing lot requirements is that it requires a 100-foot frontage. Well, when you're doing the bulbs on those cul-de-sacs, in order to make those work in pie shapes, to have a 100-foot front footage on a cul-de-sac, it would have to be huge. So we always end up in these variances, and so given the recent developments such as Lampe Court and now Dogleg Court, we just thought it would be a good time to reevaluate that, and we went back and looked at some of the previous developments in like Southtown at Elk Run Court and some of these other Fox Run Court, some of these other cul-de-sacs, and we found that 65 feet would be a minimum, a good minimum standard for these cul-de-sacs, because the lots always widen out as they're pie-shaped. So that's what the new ordinance would read, is the 65 minimum front footage within, only on those lots abutting the bulb on a cul-de-sac. Not the normal street,
Not the street.
right, not the straight part of the street.
Okay.
Move to approve.
Okay,
Second?
Okay. Any questions from anyone? Yes, Commissioner Smith.
So if you're limiting the street side of it, the cul-de-sac side of it, are you also putting a restriction on the back? No
well,
no less than-
there is still the other requirement that we use is that all lots shall have a minimum of 10,000 square feet. So it would have to go out in a pie shape so that they meet that requirement. Without that, if they're not going to meet that requirement, then they do require a variance still. So it's just the front footage that we're talking about, to allow for that smaller entrance.
Yeah.
I just want a quick add too, the second reading then would be January 27th.
Mhm.
Okay. Roll call vote, please.
Smith,
Aye.
Weinrice,
Aye.
Bragg,
Aye.
Harvey.
Aye.
Mayor Robish.
Aye. Moving on to 7.3, thank you, Barry.
Yes, you're welcome.
Second reading of ordinance number 2266-30-247, supplemental appropriation ordinance. Finance Director Pauline Carey, would you like to?
Thank you, Mayor. We have had no changes. We've had no questions or any other information brought forward. So I would recommend to approve the annual appropriation supplement.
Okay.
Total is $3,341,847.68.
Move to approve the second reading. Or,
Second.
excuse me.
Yes,
Yep.
that's
It is
correct.
second, yeah.
Correct.
Second.
Any questions? Roll call vote, please.
Smith,
Aye.
Weinrice,
Aye.
Bragg,
Aye.
Harvey,
Aye.
Mayor Robish.
Aye. Moving on to departmental items, consider the 2024 year-end transfers from the city of Huron. Again, Pauline Carey.
Thank you, Mayor. These are the transfers for the year end. You can see the budgeted and the actual. Some discrepancy there. You see the budget for transfers out in general fund is $4,558,000. The significant change there is down in 517, the capital projects. The budget there was $2,260,000, actual was $1,055,000. Most of that is the downtown project. You know, the majority of that is flowing into 2025 for the completion of that, so about half of that. Other than that, pretty much right on track. In dispatch, I want to note in dispatch is, you know, with the raise of our 75 cents, you can see we budgeted 433,000, 352,000 was the transfer of general fund dollars, and that's only half a year. So you can figure at the end of this year, hopefully in 2025, that will be even less because we'll have a whole year of the new rates. So that I felt was significant to talk about. The 327 sales tax bonds, we didn't have a budget for that because we just bonded for the solid waste last year. So the budget then is 617,000. That was our amount we paid in debt service. So that transfer goes into 327, but comes out, you can see on the bottom, out of the solid waste fund. So our transfer is balanced, and I ask for approval.
Move to approve.
Second.
Any questions for Pauline? Brian? All right, roll call vote, please.
Smith,
Aye.
Weinrice,
Aye.
Bragg,
Aye.
Harvey,
Aye.
Mayor Robish.
Aye. Thank you for those big numbers. 8.2, announce the solid waste holiday hours. Commissioner Bragg?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. We've got another holiday coming up. We're giving some warning. Solid Waste Department and rubble site will be closed Monday, January 20th, in observance of Martin Luther King Day. Also, Monday's garbage and recycling will be collected on Wednesday, January 22nd. So please have those cans out Tuesday night, as trucks will not be rerouted. So once again, solid waste will be closed January 20th, and Monday garbage pickup will happen Wednesday morning. If you have any questions, please call 605-353-8542.
All right, thank you. And also with the solid waste hours, the city offices will be closed January 20th in observance of Martin Luther King Day.